It's that time of the show, Tackling Topics. This is the segment that went big last week on YouTube as we discussed why South Africa are the best team in the world. Will, what have you got in store for us today?
The pressure is on to try and break the internet again. Look, I was thinking there's a lot of laws in rugby. Rugby can be a bit difficult, especially for some of our American people who are new to the game. So I wanted to ask you, Corbs, and I'm interested to know out there as well, drop it in the comments. If there was one law that you could change to maybe make rugby better, what would that law be?
Ooh, all right, I've got an idea. Hear me out. Hopefully the MLR take me up on this.
Strap in.
Okay, what my idea is basically opening up the door for an extra point conversion or 2-point conversion or whatever.
So scrap kicking.
Well, no, you have the kicking option where you get your 2.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
But you also have an option to go for 3 or maybe 4. I don't know where.
NFL style.
Yeah, NFL style. And that would be a 7-meter line out, a 7-meter tap penalty, or a 7-meter scrum. And you have the phases to score. If you get that, you get the extra points. If not, you miss the opportunity and you only get 5 on the try. So it's kind of either the kick's maybe way in the corner and you're thinking, I don't back the kicker, maybe we have a better chance of scoring and getting more points. Or, yeah, I was getting there. Or game, you're chasing the game, you need you're down by, you score the try, you're still down by 2 or 3. Okay. So you can either play to win it or something. I think that could be pretty exciting. And I actually think it'd be something that'd be quite cool in the MLR with taking it from the American football, that it's actually quite exciting because they're trying to speed up kicks. They're trying to, in MLR, we have no kicks in front of the stick, in front of the post, etc. Well, what if you made it a more exciting try-scoring opportunity that replaced that? That's kind of where the brainchild has.
Phases, it's like 3 phases or time?
I think you just play to whistle.
Okay, so it could be like, you've got a minute. I think till 5 meters out.
So for me, it's whenever they tap, till play ends. Either they score, they knock it on, the opposition concede a penalty, they tap and they go again. And then maybe you take this off the game clock or something so it doesn't eat too much in the game clock. But I think it'd be quite exciting.
Okay. Well,
what have you got for me then?
I mean, I actually was looking on our social media. A few people, as you can see, have dropped some of their ideas. And actually one of them I do agree with, getting rid of at least one player on the field. So it could be a centre, it could be a back rower, and just creating that bit of extra space. Look, when I played, I was never that quick. And therefore, if there was space, it usually closed up. So I always thought, well, if there was manufacturing a way of more space on the field, that would only allow the game to maybe flow a bit better. The only other way I thought about maybe doing that is it's almost like having a golden snitch around, in that you can basically send one of your players offside any time in the game, and you can find him through a boot. He might be 60 meters downfield, and you just find your buddy with a kick. If he catches it, then it's a reset, it's a free kick from there. So one thing is it sends a completely different aspect of attack, and then also the defending team has to defend that person, so there might be space elsewhere.
Okay. Let me think.
Digest that.
Okay, first one I actually like.
Okay, good.
Okay, I feel bad for the bigger guys like myself because there's going to be more running, more space, but I can completely see the argument of how dropping a player could make it. The issue is going to be is how do you operate the set piece? How do you operate the different areas that maybe where would you drop that player? I have an idea. I have a solution for you, Will. Okay, I think we drop one centre, all right?
Okay.
And you create a hybrid player that could be maybe your number 8 end centre. So like for me, say someone like a Ben Earl, okay? Yeah. Say Ben Earl for England. When England have to scrum and they launch off a scrum, Ben Earl plays number 8. When they play off lineouts are more often now 6 or whatever instead of 7, and Ben's out in the backs. And then you make the decision based on your shape or the way you want to play, how you use that extra number in attack or whatever as well. I think that could work. The golden snitch idea.
Hail Mary.
I think that one's a bit trash, I'll be honest. That one's not for me. I just think it'd be silly, like someone up there waving around. The only time I could see it is maybe like after 5 phases, you're allowed to send a golden snitch up there and then you can bang it. Or there's a certain distance he has to be away, so it's a hell of a kick, or he's got to catch it on the full. Or I don't know, something like that maybe I could give you. But then you also got to think the fullback's at the back, he's one about defence. Next thing there's a contestable going up behind him.
The crowd would be going nuts. They wouldn't know what's coming. Look, we think...
All right, fans,
we want to know. Comments, you guys let us know.
Make sure you let us know which ideas you think's better. Because I think's mine money. I like his drop a player. But what do you think about the golden snitch?
And maybe what have you guys got elsewhere? Ban the box kick, or maybe even just get rid of scrums.
I'm on that one.
Oh
I almost went for that one. I held it back. I do think everyone's trying to get rid of my scrums. I could get rid of box kicks and make teams have to play more out or be more creative of how they exit and stuff. And then you don't get kick tennis from slow ruck as such. But
yeah,
I went with my extra point. I thought my extra point is actually money.
I think the American audience would love that. Yeah, this has been Tackling Topics. What law would you change in rugby?
Well, that wraps up Tackling Topics. Another good discussion, Will. Let's see how this one does across the YouTube. If you're watching us, thank you so much. Make sure you also check out the full show on the Rugby Network. We appreciate the support. We'll see you again soon.